We have to pay the bills for what we've spent already.
Well, that's a lot more than you're going to need in 1 year.
But I think to send certainty to the market that the government isn't about to default on the money that it's spent is part of what that's about.
You know what's struggling about that, Meg? Now they care about the market.
Yeah, no, I know.
So what did you think of that?
So I don't think that we ought to increase the debt ceiling. We need to get our fiscal house in order. And what this will allow is, to kick the can down the road as opposed to get the fiscal house in order. And, I read a number of months ago, we've taken at the federal level, we've found the low-hanging fruit. I don't believe that. There has got to be billions and billions of dollars of cost savings by deploying technology, by consolidating the number of people who work at the federal level, just like in California. And until we are convinced we've done every single thing we can to get spending down, I don't think it makes sense to increase the debt ceiling because it takes people off the hook.
Yeah, but nationally, we have to address these entitlement programs. And even when President Bush tried to do that, his own party turned on him. It was the third rail, and they said, no, don't touch this one.
I think times have really changed. We can no longer push off that day of reckoning. We're going to have to. I know, but it's the wrong thing.
So you'd lecture Republicans as well?
I would. You've got to look at everything, and there are big cost buckets. You've got to go after those and try to do more with less. That's what business does every year. How do we do more with less?
But you're trying to work this nerdy thing in your favor, which is no offense. It's quite a career over it. But it always reminded me, and you repeat it again in your book, the great fortune exchange, talking about yourself. She's frumpy, but she delivers. I don't think you're frumpy.
Well, thank you for that.
What do you make of that? That's an image that you kind of treasured.
Well, as I said, I'm a big believer in focus on a lot of things. And when I was eBay, the great news is we had a dress code of blue jeans and, button-down shirts, and I focused on delivering the results.
But you relish frumpiness. Even though, like I say, you're not frumpy. Then you had someone like Sarah Palin on the national stage who's not frumpy. But you don't mention her in your book.
I talk a lot about John McCain, obviously. I talk a lot about Mitt Romney.
I know.
And,
that's why I thought, boy, missing that one was a biggie.
Well, Sarah Palin, I think, did a remarkable job having been dropped into a very difficult situation. But you probably
think she was in over her head?
Well, my choice would have been Mitt Romney as vice president, because even though we didn't see...
Do you think she could be president?
That's going to be for the American people to decide.
I don't think so, do you?
It's for the American people to decide. Fortunately, there's lots of people who I think are going to run for president. Maybe my friend Mitt will again. And that's what's great about America, is people get a chance to decide.
But you weren't making any bigger statement on her and the message she sends to women or anything like that.
I wasn't.
Right?
No. I mean, my frumpy comment was many years ago. And,
yeah, it was.
But I think the most important thing...
There's nothing frumpy about this cover. Cover the book there? Nothing frumpy.
Oh, thank you. I was just going to say, in business and in life, in the end, what's the most important thing? You deliver the results. You get it done. And the people of California are crying for the California state government to get it done. They don't want all the details. They just want someone to go up there and fix it. And I think that's what I can help try to do.
How do you and Schwarzenegger get along?
I know him. We get along well. I admire Governor Schwarzenegger.
He doesn't say stuff like, don't pick on me and my record. Or...
No, he's done a number of good things. Workman's compensation, the redistricting initiatives, but it has been harder than I think he or anyone else thought.
All right. The Power of Many is the book. Values for Success in Business and Life. Meg Whitman, the Republican gubernatorial candidate. She was an asterisk not that long ago. She's leading in a Republican race within 10 points of the Democratic candidate if there were a general election.